we're showing you now some more very dramatic images coming out of Japan this morning. Big rainfall here, a breach in a flood dam or flood berm. All of that combining to give you this. We have rescues that have taken place. People had to move to the rooftops to be rescued. This is happening in Japan, about 30 miles to the northeast of Tokyo, and it's really all hands on deck. Military helicopters right here are out there performing some of these rooftop rescues.
So let's get right to it right now in Tokyo. Jonathan Oh is joining us now, a meteorologist in Tokyo. He's joining us via Skype. And Jonathan, can you give us an idea of what's going on right now?
Good morning, Chris and Jen. We are right now seeing a little bit of a break in the rainfall here in Tokyo proper because of the system moving toward the north. However, that rainfall continues to move toward the north, closer and closer to the northern portions of Honshu, which is the central island of Japan, and into Hokkaido. And because of the rainfall that's still falling, and we're talking about high amounts of precipitation, that's flowing down the river, and that's causing more like an effect, an avalanche effect, where more of that rain is still coming down through the Kinugawa River, which is right in the center of Joso City. That's the city that you're seeing a lot of the pictures coming out of, with all that rain and water that's moving through those homes that are just devastating those who are living there.
What caused this flooding? Is it the river, or is it the rainfall, or both?
It's a combination of two factors. The main factor is the fact that we've had rain for the past several days. We had a tropical storm named Otto moving through the western portions of Japan. That was interacting with a stationary front, a seasonal front that we usually see around Japan this time of year in the fall. When we had that moisture coming in from the south and slamming up against that front, we had even more moisture and interaction. And then on top of that, now we go into today, where we have another typhoon named Kilo toward the east. That's sending in some more of that unstable air. That interaction is just causing the rain to constantly pour through the area. We had the train of this rain taking place throughout the entire evening last night and into the morning hours. And so on top of the consistent rainfall that's been taking place, we had that levee breach that took place during the morning hours, and that just made it even worse, and made it much worse than what it could have been just with the rain that we've been dealing with for the past several days.
Okay, Jonathan, so we're here in the United States, you're in Tokyo. We're seeing pictures and little video clips on the internet from national media and world media, but you're there in Tokyo. You're a lot closer to the scene, a lot more local media there. Is there anything that's standing out, or anything that you're hearing the local media that helps put perspective on what's going on?
I think the biggest thing that you have seen already on the video is the helicopter rescues, the fact that people are on top of roofs. We don't see that type of imagery very often, and when people are trying to climb to higher elevation because they have nowhere else to go, that's what's really compelling. In fact, one particular image that I saw was a man holding onto a pole. He had just a little area where he could have stood on there and was just holding onto a pole for an hour before a helicopter could reach this person in order to rescue him. So, I mean, these are just some incredible pictures, but at the same time, very heartbreaking to see people having to deal with their homes constantly just flooded with inundation of water throughout the area.
We only have about 30 seconds, Jonathan, but was there any warning? Did people know this was coming? Did they have a chance to escape?
Other than the fact that we were expecting a lot of rainfall, there really was no way we could have known that the levee was going to breach. I mean, there's expectations that it would be in place, and so when it gave way, there's really not much else that people could have done other than to just stay wary of the weather situation.
All right, Jonathan, thank you very much for your perspective there in Tokyo. We really appreciate you joining us.
All right, thank you so much.
So we'll continue to follow that story, and as Jonathan mentioned, still rain coming down in the area anyway. So more in the tropics, also more on today's active weather.
AT&T and DirecTV